Hello guys, welcome to Daily Current Affairs ENbreezEN program from Team Enlight. Today we'll be looking into three important news. First one is PM Cares Fund because it was in news regarding funding our orphaned children who became orphans during the pandemic. We will be discussing its salient points and the difference with PMNRF. Then we'll be looking into OPV Sajak, which is an offshore petrol vehicle and its features. Then some basic points regarding Coast Guard. Then we'll be looking into South China Sea, the map location, the important regions, disputed islands, countries, water bodies around the region, and also about what are the important areas from where mains questions can come. Okay, so let's move on. The first topic that we are considering is PM Cares. It was in news regarding funding of orphaned children, children who have been orphaned during COVID-19 pandemic. PM Cares was set up as a public charitable trust on March 27, 2020. So basically the beginning of pandemic. Uh, One thing that you have to understand is it can avail donations both from individuals and organizations from India and from foreign countries. The decisions regarding PM cares and how to use the funds is made by a body, and that body is headed by Prime Minister, who is the chairman, and it also have other prominent members, including Defense Minister, Finance Minister, Home Minister, and other eminent persons nominated by Prime Minister. The contributions from establishments can also be earmarked as CSR when they are contributing to PM cares. CSR basically refers to corporate social responsibility, CSR funds. So any establishment that is planning to use its CSR funds can also contribute its CSR funds to PM cares, and it will be completely exempted within tax. Another important thing because of which PM Cares has been debated and has been in news for a while is that it is not considered a public authority, and therefore it it does not come under the ambit of RTI. See, another reason why it is often debated is because there exists a very similar body with very similar functionality, which is Prime Minister's National Relief Fund. It was created to assist displaced persons from Pakistan in 1948. The fund is recognized as a trust under the Income Tax Act, and all the funds under all the contributions, donations under this fund are also exempted under tax. It is used primarily to tackle natural calamities. It consists entirely of public contributions and does not get any budgetary support. There is ambiguity regarding whether RTI is applicable for PMNRF because last year Delhi High Court gave a split decision regarding the same, and because it was a split decision, CIC decided to bring PNRF under RTA. So as of now, you can get the details of PNRF fund using RTA, but it is still debated whether the body is a public authority or not. Okay, moving on. OPV Sajag, offshore petrol vehicle Sajag is third of the five indigenously designed and built OPVs in India. The OPV has been built by Goa Shipyard Limited. It is equipped. The OPV is a state-of-the-art vehicle, and it is equipped with quick response boats for anti-piracy and rescue operations. OPV Sajag is also capable of operating the indigenously developed ALH of HAL. ALH is nothing but Advanced Light Helicopter of Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. OPVs as of now are supposed to be deployed in protecting the uh, exclusive economic zone of India. Talking about Coast Guard, Coast Guard came into being by the Coast Guard Act of 1978. It came into being because of the recommendation of Rustomjee Committee of 1974. It is it comes under the Ministry of Defense. and is headquartered at Delhi. Now, this is something can get rolled because a body such as Coast Guard, which primarily concerns uh, protection of EEZ, is actually headquartered in Delhi and not in the coastal cities. The jurisdiction of Coast Guard extends to the maritime zones of India, so basically territorial waters, contiguous zone, and the exclusive economic zone of India up to 200 nautical miles. Coast Guard is also responsible for marine environment protection in maritime zones. And one another thing that we can get wrong is that Coast Guard is the coordinating authority for response to oil spills in Indian waters and not Indian Navy. This is important for all oil spill regarding responses. Coast Guard is the first responder and also the coordinating authority for same. Okay, moving on. South China Sea. It has been in news for various reasons. It is an important area, both from prelims and mains perspective. So right now I'll be looking into the prelims perspective. So when we are discussing prelims perspective, uh, we have to know which are the disputed islands in the region, what are the countries, stakeholders in the region, what are the important straits and passages in the region, including Malacca, Makassar, Sunda, Lombok, etc. Okay, so let's first look into what are the important disputed islands in the region. Paracel Island is a very important island which is disputed between Vietnam and China. Then you have Spratly Islands here, disputed between Philippines and China and the other countries. You have Natula Islands here, disputed primarily between Indonesia and the other countries. You have Scarborough Shoals here, which is in news at times in this region. Okay, what are the neighboring countries here or stakeholders who are fighting with China? This is China. You have Vietnam here. You have Cambodia here. You have Thailand here. Although Laos is a country here because it does not have a coast, it does not it does not form a party to all these disputes. You have Gulf of Thailand here, important water body. You have Malaysia here. You have Indonesia here. You have Indonesia here. You have Malaysia here. You have Brunei here. You have Philippines here, and you have Taiwan here. So these are the important countries. And among water bodies, you have Gulf of Thailand, as already discussed here. You have Sulu Sea here. You have Celeb Sea here. This is the whole of South China Sea. So South China Sea includes this whole area. Okay. So these are the important regions, disputed islands and countries in the region. Then you have to know the important straits in the region. The most important strait is the Malacca Strait here between Indonesia, Malaysia, and Singapore. This region. Then you have the Makassar Strait, which is in this region. This is a Makassar Strait. You have the Lombok and Sunda Strait between the Indonesian islands below this region, which is covered by the map here. So it is below in this region. You can check it out in the atlas. So these are the more prominent regions that can be asked from the prelims perspective. South China Sea is also important from the mains perspective. You have to know what is the strategic importance, uh, why it is so important. It is important from the environment perspective, it is important from the oil and exploration perspective, it is important from the strategic perspective, it is important for the trade perspective. So you have to know the importance of South China Sea and disputes related also from the pains perspective. Okay, that's all. We'll see you with more news articles tomorrow. Thank you.